Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 24th of February 1935. So we are rapidly approaching 1938 when we will start thinking about the expansion in the north. Now the game's on pause for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. First things first, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. Now I did get a comment about connecting up the water, and they said that before I connect up, pressurize the actual fresh water, I do need to sort out the sewage, otherwise my trucks won't be able to cope. So maybe in this part we'll be taking a look at how much it will cost us to put down a pipe down to here, and so we can solve the sewage solution once and for all. Now another comment I got related to orphanages. Orphanages can be a little bit like prisons, that if you don't staff them completely, what will happen is that they will actually do more damage than good. And if I show you the prison up here, we've still got problems with the prison, but we are kind of going in the right direction. Now the other comment I got was about the down here, this coal mine, and I think what was said was quite right. I'm not going to be able to staff them from up here. We're going to have to build a town down here, and what I want, and this is the area that I probably want to work on most in this part. I need a bit of a rethink, and as somebody also pointed out, is that I also need a lot more coal processing here. So what I'm thinking is possibly a power station, so we can permanently solve the power problems up here, and that means with this power station can kind of fade away slightly. And the other thing also relates to construction, because this area up here, I'm sorry I keep moving backwards and forwards, this town up here is rapidly approaching what you would call its mature level, where it can drive the rest of the economy. So what I'm thinking is that what we need to do is build a town down here, which I always intended to do, but I think we're going to need to get a lot more construction industry down in this area as well. With and that, I think that's particularly relevant to prefabs, bricks, cement, everything. So what we're kind of working on here, if I show you here, we got a bit of a flat area and platforms here. So what we're going to need to do is possibly put the town in this area here, possibly straddling the road here. Now the other thing is, what somebody suggested was maybe not actually asphalting this, but prefabbing this road, because of course we've got this new road here, panel roads, which gives us a top speed of 80 kilometers an hour. This kind of covers, we're going to need a lot of prefabs and some gravel from that. I am wondering a little bit about maybe putting a prefab panel factory up here, but that comes back to this perennial question about the gravel, and I'll be upfront, I am moving slightly towards that now, in the fact that we don't need that many workers to get it operational, because this can be automated, and then it's just going to be the cost of getting this up and running. I think if we get a source of gravel here, we can then drive this area here, and then what we're going to have to do is try and live with this road here. I still kind of think 60 kilometers an hour, it's just, it's so difficult, because in fact what I am going to do is, we can't tell what how much that would do. Just wondering if I could do it in short sections. The problem is that if I do it in short sections, we'll cut off the vehicles from down here, and we won't be able to build. Because well, we could probably see if we could because the slope already starts there. I think we're going to do a bit of a test. I could get a hoping that, yes, we do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of a test run, see how long it will take us to actually tarmac this in, and also see how much it's going to cost us. So what we're going to, I think we're going to need all our crews on this. Actually, no, we'll start with what is the? It's all asphalt. So we're going to need to start with these guys. Oops. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to see and find out how much this is, because we got this road here that trucks can go round should we need it. Of course, once we get past this point, if we decide to asphalt, we're going to have to do it without things anyway. So that's what we're going to do. All I want to do is show you guys that what's happened. If I come to the population, we've got 44 over 21s here, and so what we're going to do is let the game run, because we're building this housing up. Now, what happened during the winter, I don't know if I can show it to you. If we go to the population, if we take this right back to beginning of November, we show the population. Well, the population actually grew, but if I come here, you'll see we got quite a few escapees. We also had some death spikes, and the reason for that was that I had a bit of a power problem, and things started going a little bit wrong, and we also started to have a few problems with keeping everything running, including the heating up here. So I had some drops in heating because of the low workforce. So what I had to do is suspend all the construction, and then I realized I got over 21, so then I had to speed this up to get this built. So this is our only construction job at the moment, and we finished the hotel over here. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to open that up for building with no power supply. Why has that got no power supply? I thought you'd be it. Yeah. No, got the problem again. Speed the game up. This is the problem I've got, is trying to keep a workforce into here. I just keep getting this fluctuating power supply, and it's because the construction pulls away all the workforce. And what I've done is I've adjusted this so that 50% of the workforce goes into the powerhouse, but it's not keeping it consistent. And what I'm starting to think is that what I might need to do is separate the construction workers from that. Right, we've got some workers there, and what I'm going to do is buy a couple of buses up here. Right, what we need is got gas. Got 20 passengers, 7 passengers, 16 passengers. We're going to buy a couple of these, and we're going to run here. Now, I'm not expecting to make a fortune from a tourist industry, but I'd just like to get a little bit of income from here. Whoops. I'll just let them do their stuff. I just think if we can get a little bit of a steady income from here, we might be able to get things consistent, and we get the situation running. I mean, economically, you can see we did quite well actually. During the winter, we actually put on quite a lot of money, and the reason for that is that I had to suspend all construction. So what we're trying to do is get this finished. I think if the population is going to burst out too much, what we may have to do is actually focus very much on trying to get these accommodation built, so we've got some room for expansion. My main concern is that we might overexpand, and then that could be a little bit of a problem. I mean, happiness-wise, my happiness dropped quite dramatically, but I think that part of the reason for the higher birth rate now is the increase in happiness. Loyalty is still an issue. But we are getting a little bit more positive in this perspective. But of course, we still can't go to 40% because I had a look around just before I started, and we've got a few people over 40%, but nowhere near enough. So what we got at the moment is what you could almost call as a flat average. There's a lot of people just over 40, and the main reason it's 38% is the fact, well, if I show it to you this way, if we come here, you see that right across the board now we've got fairly high loyalty. I think this is the lowest, which is 35% there. So we kind of got a consistent 38% all the way across the board in our town, in our kind of residences here. So that's the situation. These guys should be fueled up now, so we're going to come in there. You're going to just pick up tourists, and you're going to, we'll just deliver them directly. No, it's not that, is it? It's this. We actually built the bus stop here, didn't we? Unload the tourists there. Let's remove you. Okay, just double check that. Yep. And we'll let the gate run. And we'll put that. We'll put the line spacing on. And we'll just see if we can get a few tourists in, make a little bit of money. We've now got our new block here finished, and they're now moving in. And we got a bit of happiness. We've got no indication on loyalty, but that's okay. And I do wonder whether I need to jump straight into building another block. I think I will. So, and that would be our only building project for the moment. So we're going to leave them going that way. See, this is the problem. We need some. This is mechanisms. Not having a paver is quite a big issue. I'm not sure where the truck is. Where's the truck in here? I think he dropped off a digging crew. Wow, what's he doing? What's he doing all the way out here? Wait, cancel. I don't want this built. Spend construction. That's way too far apart. Anyway, guys, let's just work on this area. In fact, I'm going to slow the game, go back to normal speed, just let it run. Because I was looking at this, and I don't think I actually laid this out very well. And what we're going to do is just demolish this. And what we've got, and say, someone suggested that I might need extra capacity. So what I've done is I've put in, well, if we go to the way about engines, I've put in a triple, what we call it here. In fact, we can probably just put in a, now that's built, so we'll just put that path in there. So we've got a triple tower there, so we could put another coal processing bit there. And what I'm thinking now, I'm not sure about that. So this is the output store, small aggregate output store. And if we're going to have a town down here, what we're going to need up in this area somehow is a heating plant, and more importantly also a power station. So what I would like to do is, well, it's going to be a bit tricky. I was hoping, I'd like to push the power station. Actually, let me flip that. Flipping this makes that much difference, does it? We need to be far enough away. I think maybe we'll have to do it this way, won't we? We're gonna have to put the road kind of. Yeah, I'm not interested in your. Because I'm kind of thinking if I can push. We need to leave enough space for a coal processing yard. At the same time, I'd like it. We can stay in range of the power. So if we put this in here, it would mean that we're going to have to kind of dogleg the conveyor belt system back again. Just make that into a bit wider platform, just in case we got a problem with the road. Right, we'll put that there. Move that. Move that because that's the wrong connection. And then the other thing we're going to need out here, I don't know what's actually the bigger polluter, is it? This is 39 tons, and then of course what we're going to do is put in a heating plant, and my instinct is put is that the proper one? No, it's the large heating plant, isn't it? Sorry. This is 26. We put the heating plant about here. Maybe angle it a little bit so that it's can get that connection in. Again, it's dipping down a little bit there, so we're going to have to just push it a little bit like that. Maybe back a little bit as well. Right, got the heating plant there. We put the town right in here. It should be far enough away to avoid the pollution. Just I was just gonna. What's the? Yeah, I had a feeling that was what was happening. I don't know if I can get a more from the center. We can push that out a little bit. We can get enough of a little bit here. Whoops, thank you again. We can get the road out. That will work. Okay. Build that to there. And then will we have the same problem up here? Okay. Put that there. Like that. Turn that off. What we're going to need to do now is I'm kind of half thinking we got gravel here. Whether I can turn this round, is if we look at the conveyor belt system, it's there. It's really the wrong way round. So I think we're going to have to sacrifice the gravel that we brought down to here. Demolish that, and then I'm kind of wondering if let's see what we got in the way of gravel storage. I'm looking for something that might have a few more connections to it. Storage, where was the storage? I'm just gonna have a look through and see what I can find, and I'll be right back. Seems I don't have the at large the aggregate storage. Let me just check in here and see. We've got the free one. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that I might as well go for, that's 34 tons of steel, is to go for the larger platform, because by doing this it's going to cost more to build, but what it will do though is give me that option to be able to connect to multiple outputs, and I'm just wondering whether it would be worth the investment to do it. And because I mean, the alternative is that I put in a freeway. I think what we will do is we'll put that in there, and then what that will mean is that we've got a road connection. Road won't go through there, so this road is going to have to come. I don't want asphalt. We're going to have to put you down here and round this one. Not don't want it too close to these conveyor connections. It's going to be a little bit of a kind of odd way to get up there, but I think that will work. And then, of course, one of the problems with the actual system here is actually connecting up to, I think it'd be easier to do it that way. We can get a conveyor connection to there with the footpath. I think the splitting with the footpath would be okay. And then we can put another conveyor connection directly to the heating plant there, like that. So we've got this area here. We can then put in a road connection there, put that up, and then what we can do is go to there. Whoops, want that. I want the, where's the truck loading? And what could do is just tuck you in there like that. And what that will mean is we'll have a coal pickup point, we'll have a power station and a heating plant, which will then give us the run into here. And what I have to do is plan our town out here, possibly over here. In fact, I might put the town here, because that would put it far enough away, but also close enough that we might be able to get some possible workers walking in. And then what we might be able to do then is put in some construction stuff in here, which will work. Have I got any more conveyor connections? Yeah, we got, actually, remove this. Sorry about this. Just had a bit of a thought. I'm gonna put a three-way connector here. Right, we're gonna put it kind of, I'd like to put it on this side of the road, like that. The reason for that is that I think this is a bit cramped, and what we can do is put the pickup for the coal here. That also gives me a takeoff for a possible brickworks as well. The alternative is that I actually do redo this, but with a, actually that might be the better solution. Just remove that. Sorry about the indecision. Where's the power? Take that out. We'll get back to mods. I think we'll do it that way. just make sure that we can get the footpath out from this side. Yep. Put you there. And what that means is we can take a branch off here, put possibly a brickworks in there. So that kind of gives me this big industrial complex here with a lot of things to build. Right, we've got a problem here now, in the sense that we've got all our aggregate trucks sat here doing nothing. So we're going to have to, this is the risk, this is the problem I thought I might get. So we're going to have to use workers to lay these roads. Because what's happened is these have filled up all the gaps here. So we won't be able to get a digging crew, and we can try assigning the digging crew to it. I'm not sure that that digging crew will actually get out to there to actually do the gravel. Oh, he's leaving. Or the asphalt crew. Let's just follow him. So we're just going to follow him. I haven't done any truck following for a little while. I keep looking up to get the game to go faster, as this is one of the problems with when you've got an early start. The trucks, because the trucks move so slowly, that there's always this thought, well, why aren't these guys moving fast enough? So yeah, it looks like they're going to deliver to here. Right. And what you get here is we're going to get a few workers, but it's going to take quite a long time. The problem is this is actually getting building on fire. Okay, that's okay. That's in this. That's actually in the town centre. I'm quite comfortable with the building being on fire in the town centre. Wow, this is filling up quite quickly. Let me just see. Do we? Why are they not? Food, meat. Hey, we've got food and meat. Oh, I think it's because we've got guests outside. Right, so we actually make how much money we're making from tourism. A little bit. I mean, I'm quite happy just for people to come in here and they're without service. Tourists want to visit church, food, culture, pub and tavern. I mean, to me, it's just a little bit of a cash cow that we can make some more money. That will keep the economy a bit stronger. Maybe we'll build up some attractions later on. I mean, if they stop coming, then we'll flip the trucks over and then we'll go to bringing in some dollars. Right, while we're here, I just want to... So that is going down fairly quickly. We've still got quite a lot of crops in there. We're on the 23rd of March. That's good. And I suppose what I should need to do is see the how's the unemployment level. We're starting to get a little bit of workplace unemployment now. We're not. What I would like to do is fill up this area first. So we're getting more people in the radio station, getting a little bit more impact on loyalty. We're getting that in here. Now, I do seem to have a bit of a developing problem with crime, or I did have. Oh, it's actually cured itself during the winter, because I was starting to get quite a lot of things building up here, but it looks like we're actually getting more staff into some of these places. We need to make sure that we got people coming into here, more people coming into here. What's the food situation? The food situation's good. Water is not too bad. Heating was one of the big problems. Well, we got workforce in there. Kind of, I think it's time to push that up. Get more kind of secret policing. That will help improve the coverage. Right, the schools are getting better coverage. So we are kind of bringing things together. We're even getting a small number of people down here. This is the reason why I'm building these blocks up. But of course, I'd rather the workers fill up this area. And we'll get this built here. Yeah, I mean, well, this is filling up quite nicely. 38%, 77% happiness. So we're kind of still stuck at a national average of 38%. I suppose the next thing I want to do is we did put in a sewage pickup, didn't we? I think I'm just going to pause the game. I think somebody did suggest that we could probably get away with a medium sewage pipe underground. Requires proper slope. Great. Haha. We're gonna need one of these, aren't we? We're gonna have to kind of come out. The ground's probably so flat. Let's come there. Well, that will connect to there. That will come to there. And we'll actually go to there. I'm just going to accept that. It's not too bad, actually. So, I mean, we're going to need 50 tons of prefabs. But we're going to have to pay dollars for the prefabs. That's going to be the problem. And we've got this connection here. And this is going to need mechanical components. The only main possible concern will be whether that actually needs power. We'll hook you to there. What's the price of prefabs? Because of course we've got to buy prefabs from the thing, all related vehicle. Actually, why am I looking at it from? Yep. Looking at it this way. Actually, what am I doing? Not paying attention. Prefabs. Yeah, I mean, 50. We're going to need to try and get some more dollars, aren't we? I mean, I suppose like, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem, but I think if we build it slowly over a period of time, how much money am I making dollar-wise? Well, we're making about $700 a month. So if we build this in sections, I think we'll start with, we'll build that, and then this is 25, and it's all cheap. It doesn't need steel. So I think if we allocate you to there, we'll just build that first section there first, and I won't build this cistern until we got the pipeline in, because I think if we build the cistern, then the trucks start picking up from this, and I'm not sure whether that would overload the whole setup. So that is something we're going to need to look at. We got coal here. Kind of getting a little bit of production here, but I do wonder if I can risk removing all this now, just to see. It's going to be a little bit risky, but we're in the summer, so because I get a feeling that we're probably no, we still don't have enough people here. We need more workers. We need an endless supply of workers. How's the population going? We've got 1,143 workers. I'm just going to see if I can get more workers into here. We're only getting 5 workers coming out here all the time. It's a little bit shaky. See where they're going. I didn't think I saw any workers going into there, but the trouble is the numbers are so small. How are we doing over here? Oops, thank you, game. Okay, for some reason, I think they're... Oh, they finished this bit. So we can force this. It's just going to take a electricity problem. That's because the this power station is not reliable. Okay, we're gonna have to put this back the way it was before. Okay. Power station. Let's just have to leave it the way it is. I want 50% of the workers. Yeah, that didn't work. I'm just going to have to restrict the construction jobs as much as possible. But I do want to build this. I'm pretty sure now that if we can build this in sections, I'd like to get it down. I know it's going to delay down here because we can't go any further with this. So I think what I might do is we're laying all the gravel roads down here, get these built, because we've got the construction office here, and then we're gonna tarmac down here to this point, just here. I think once we get to this point, I don't think I can get a road off of here because this is really steep, and you can see I can't get a road up through here. In fact, I just had a thought. Do I put a power station down here? I just want to yeah, we can get power lines up there. Whoops, cancel. The other thing that also that's just occurred to me is, can we get across this river? Yep, that's good. While we're down here, I'm just going to let the game run. I'm just going to talk about what I'm looking for. What we're going to be doing is building a small town here. The sole job of this town will be to produce coal and the construction materials. And I don't think we can get any gravel here because the person who created this map was very stingy with the gravel. I mean, we could put gravel production up here, but it's not exactly flat. And then if I show you the area here, it's not really big so you can see it. You can see we don't have much coal on this side, but we can bring coal over here. But what we do have in this corner up in this area is iron. So the idea will be is that we'll get across the river here. We'll probably build another town here relatively close to the border, and then the idea is we'll push up through here to move towards the coal and iron, or get the iron deposits up here. We'll bring the iron deposits down here, we'll merge them with the coal here, In fact, what we might do is build the town on this side. So what we'll have is like a town split with a bridge. And then, of course, another area we're going to push for is over here, so that we can get the oil. And then what we'll have is our steel production will be here. But of course, a complication of that is the fact that once we hit 1938, I would really like to put the real focus up here. So what I'm planning down in the bottom right hand corner may be a slow burn, because once we get to 1938, all the focus will be up here because there's a lot more opportunity. It'll be easier to expand. So we've got coal and iron up here. We can get a steel industry that way. And of course, one advantage, if we can get steel industry and some resources going up here, if I can get to the river, then we can start thinking about shipping. And of course, there's also the other option that we can go down this side and build a full-size steel industry down here. But again, what we would need to do, and this is where it's going to get a bit cramped, we would have to build another town either just up on the corner here or down the bottom. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Well, at the moment we're not consuming these crops, so at this rate we're going to have another bad harvest, although we're only on the 20th of April. So I think if we can get this biofuel running, but well, these guys are going all out for this, which is pretty good. This is encouraging. Although at the moment they're only doing concrete and cement. It will slow down once we get to the prefab stage. But I do want this built as well. So I think we're just going to have to focus on our town. I don't know why they're saying they're unable to get food. Can we put an attraction in here? Something really small. Restaurant panorama. Wow. We're going to have to go for modded attractions. We've got a pool, which we could... Well, that's the... Got a distillery visitor centre here. We could kind of tuck that. Pavilion, electrification, observatory. So how much does that take to build? Historic town hall, great circus, steel coasted. It's a bit over the top. Got a pavilion of oil. 1,000. About that then. Classical art gallery. We could put that. I'm going to put a classical art gallery just in there, but outdoor swimming pool, pavilion of construction. Okay, what other attractions we got? That's way too big, isn't it? That's all sorts of stuff. Got a beach cafe bar, which is got an old restaurant bar here. Oh, that might fit. In fact, we could put that. I think it's a bit cramped here, isn't it? We could put an old restaurant bar in here, and what that will do is that could help our population as well, couldn't it? We could put that in there. I don't think we've got enough space. Put a restaurant bar in there, and then that could actually benefit our own population, couldn't it? That's going to need 11 tons of steel. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll just Actually, we could put it not in the most salubrious part of town, but I think maybe we'll put that just there. And then we'll hook up that through to there. Yeah, we'll put a small attraction in for our things, because I don't think they can walk through there. And what that might do is provide an extra bit of attraction for these, and it might get rid of this stuff here. There's culture. We got culture over here. Can't you get to the culture? When we got this here, old opera house. I don't think there's another entrance. Yeah, we got another entrance there. I think if we put that just there, except that, then we'll the roadie crew figures on that. Wow, this is filling up very quickly. Makes you wonder where all the workers are going. I do wonder whether they're actually going to here. So we're actually getting... Yeah, I think we're getting more workers into there. I think what we'll do is these can hold 160. This has got 25. What we might be able to do is split off. Wow, they might go there for a natural progression. Would you... How far can you reach that? Yeah, you can't really reach that area there. So what might happen is that when we finish this and it starts getting populated, we'll get more people into the fuel section here. Right, let's just get back to... Right, so we've now got this road built, so we can take out... So, yeah, I think I'm okay now with the idea that we're going to asphalt that down. I think it'd just be worth it in the long run. But I think what we'll do is we'll just get these built, and then once we've got the roads built in here, well, that one can wait actually. Was it allocated? No, it's allocated anyway. So once we got the gravel roads built in through here, what we'll do is we'll then shift the focus to getting this asphalted. And then, of course, we got to think about that. I don't think we're going to... I think we'll leave these just for the moment. 42 tons of steel there. I think I don't want to start this until I've got some more scopes sorted out here. So just in here. Yeah, how are we doing for staffing? Well, it's getting better. I think what we might need to do is do this. And question is, I just want to check something. We can use one of these residential blocks. That's in range of water and heating. A kind of part of me says it's time to put maybe a heat exchanger down here or something, or even over here, although we want to put it in there, because I think we can put a heat exchanger in, can't we? Pipeline. Yeah, we got pipelines there. My instinct is to try and put in some kind of heat exchanger here so that we can possibly expand out this way. What is the production from here? This is 100 kilojoules. So so that's not that much, is it? So we can only put a small one in. I think it's 100 kilojoules. Let me just look. This is 42. The large one is 210. The heating pipe, it would have to be underground. What is this? This is the wood heating plant. You just look at this. This produces 500 cubic meters of water. So we could put a large heat exchanger lay out about here, but would I need a large one? Or kind of my inclination is a small heat exchanger, but we'd have to try and put it and put it up here. We've got a power cable there. Not a small heat pump. Put a small heat exchanger here, because the coverage from here is kind of we can put it there. We can't because of the infrastructure, but we can put it just in here like that. So say for argument's sake I put that there. No crossing allowed. We can put it there. And then what we could do then is kind of grow this area out a little bit, maybe a little bit up here as well. We've got this hunter here. We could always move that out further and take that down. But to do this, we would need an underground pipe. Would need to go to there. How much? That's not too bad steel-wise, so I think we'll do that. And what that would, and eventually we'll build that out. And I feel that would give a more consistent heating. Of course, another thing we need to consider is the power supply. Now we got this power supply here, though getting out of here could be a bit interesting, because I am a bit worried about the actual substations here. You're at 36%. You're at 78%. So we can't load much more onto these substations. So many things to think about. But I do feel that this would be a good place here. We've got a new vehicle type. What's this? There's a U-covered semi. That suspiciously looks like a what we call it, a Western truck. Sorry, brake faded a little bit. Covered hole. Yeah, let's have a look at that, and we'll just see. Covered hole. Yeah, you got these trucks here, but 72 kilometers an hour. That's a covered hole semi. Carries 6.8 tons. We got something a bit smaller. What about the open hole version? That could be quite useful. 8.5 tons of steel. It's kind of a fairly looking model one, but of course one of the big ones is actually a dumper. You still only carry 5 tons. The Mack trucks themselves are a little bit better. We've got a Mack AC quarantine here. Actually, I haven't looked at the dumpers in the Soviet dumpers. Got our dumper options here. Sort by capacity. So the biggest ones are still the steam dumpers, but they're very slow. So we've got maximum haulage of 4 tons. So this is the problem. I'm not sure this brickyard. We could bring the brick the all up to this and actually build it. I don't think we're going to build that just yet. I want to get these finished first, because again it comes back down to workforce. We're still just filling the place up. I do feel that, I mean, it's a bit close to that, but we got this block here, we got this block here. This one is getting there. I think if we build the 3 blocks here, that will work quite well. Right, let's just have a check on the economy. What did we make last month? Last month we made 6,000. So far this year we've made 51,000 in what? So we're making about 51,000. We're getting 4,000 from tourism. We're actually making a little bit more from respect to dollars, but of course we're actually going to have to use that for the prefabs this month. What's the big imports? Steel and electronics. Oh yeah, electronics. Part of me that feels that we could manufacture some electronics. Now there is a little factory. Where is it? I don't know if it's a serious thought. We've got Santa's workshop here, which we can use. And what we use is 2 tons of wood, 0.2 tons of steel, 0.2 tons of electronics, which will produce 0.2 tons of electronics. And it only needs a workforce of 20. Electricity problem again. What's the electricity problem? That's right on the charcoal kiln. So that is, again, we're just not getting that consistency. It's when we just got too many workers getting stolen by the construction crews here. And of course part of the problem is the fact that we've got lots of workers here because we're building in the town. So eventually we're going to have to stop doing this because we've also got workers on that. And that's part of the problem. That's the way it goes. We'll just have to work with it as far as I can tell. Right, let's have a look. 38%. We're just not getting that loyalty up. An average past 40%. Let's do a bit of a spot check and see. 37, 38. Got 39 there. About the children. See, the kids are coming out with good loyalty, but we don't have enough people or anyone with a loyalty of over 40. We've got a bit of a problem with culture and stuff here. Is that, I mean, we got, wait, athletics club, we've got the opera house here. Well, how are we doing here? Well, we've nearly finished the first length of pipe. And I think once we've got this built, we'll just have to, we've finished this building without power supply. Question is, do I build a wind turbine down here just to power this thing? I mean, it would give a more consistent power supply in this corner. I don't want to run, I don't think we've got any more connections from the substation. Let me just take a look. No, we've only got this one here. So for this to work, we're going to need a wind turbine over here, aren't we? Didn't really want to do this, but tempted just to build a geothermal plant and get it over and done with. No, but that's not the spirit of the I suppose if I put a wind, I don't want the wind turbine. I don't want this to overlap too much on the main power grid. So say I put it, say, out like that. Then we put it in this corner just here. So we put a wind turbine about there. It will guarantee supplies to this area. Maybe we'll include that warehouse. So we'll just put a wind put a wind turbine there. How much is this going to cost us to build this? 7 tons of steel. We don't need that to worry too much about that just at the moment. Right, that's now built. That should take some of the... we should get more workers into here, which will ensure that we've got... It's not the shortage of buses, it's the shortage of actual workers getting out here. Right. I've completely lost track of time. Apologies, guys, that this video is going to be a bit longer than normal. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.